Well, Oilers fans, this is not a optimal position to be in right now. I just finished up the live stream commentary of the game two between the Oilers and Panthers, and the game was frustrating on numerous levels. Now, this is not exactly like a day after discussion. This is just kind of my general thoughts post game. I will have a lot to talk about tomorrow once I'm able to sleep on it. I'm able to collect my thoughts a bit more. This is just a raw reaction to kind of how the game played out and kind of my generalized thoughts on it. Obviously, the Oilers are down 0-2 to the Florida Panthers, and the Oilers never really were in this game. Yes, they got the 1-0 lead on that 4-on-4. Matthias Ekholm, he beat Bobrovsky through the 5-hole on a 2-on-1 with Draisaitl. But in terms of the overall play, this game was frustrating on numerous levels. One, the game was just really, really sloppy. Like, the puck was bouncing everywhere. There was 100 million whistles throughout the game. There was no flow, you know? When I watch hockey, I like to watch a game that's, you know, maybe back and forth, maybe two teams that are really good defensively, and it's like a chess match. This was just an awful game to watch if you're a fan of either team. Puck bouncing all over the place, 500 whistles every period. The game felt like it took forever to complete. It was a slog to get through. And of course, the Oilers, you know, the way they played, just completely unacceptable. How undisciplined Edmonton was really, really bothers me. Warren Foegele, he now, I put out a tweet about Foegele being reinserted in the lineup. Now, I know he played good in game one. The Oilers won 3 straight games when Foegele was not playing, when Nurse and Ceci were split up from each other, and Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid were completely split apart. Now, game one, the Oilers lost. They probably deserved to win. And, you know, a lot of people got mad that I included Warren Foegele in that tweet after game one. Well, Warren Foegele, you know, he played good in game one. Game two, he throws a Listen, you can argue whether it was intentional or not. At the end of the day, when the leg gets extended the way Fogel's was, it's pretty easy for the official to not only call kneeing, but then when you review it for a 5-minute major, pretty easy to call that as well. I know Luostarinen, if that's how you pronounce his name, I know he came back and he ended up being fine. But, you know, I've taken knees like that playing hockey, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. People that think that Luostarinen was selling it, his initial reaction, I don't buy it. Fogel's got to be, I mean, you've got to be smarter, Warren Foegele. Like, that gave Florida a 5-minute power play in the first period, and a first period where Florida was already all over the Edmonton Oilers, you know? Like, so you just gave them more momentum. And then, of course, you know, Edmonton, they were able to draw a power or a penalty. It went 4-on-4. Edmonton got the 1-0 lead. Great. Then they killed off the 5-minute major, and you'd think that that would spark some kind of, you know, oh, let's go, let's win this game. No, the Oilers actually, I felt, started to play worse after that. Florida played great. Darnell Nurse, he got hurt. It looked like he hurt his hip. I think he had like 2 shifts after the first period. If it's anything to do with that hip flexor injury that he had 2 years ago that really hampered his ability to be an effective player in the postseason in 2022, I have a very bad feeling about Darnell Nurse. I can't imagine he's going to get a whole lot of ice time moving forward. I can't imagine that he'll even be effective if he is playing. So very unfortunate for Darnell Nurse. The Oilers, you know, lose Nurse to injury in this game. They lose Foegele to a 5-minute major, game misconduct. So they're down to 11 forwards, 5 defensemen. And Chris Knoblauch, this is where I would have really liked to see him rotate some guys on that top line with McDavid just to get different guys ice time. I know there was a lot of power plays and penalty kills for both teams, and the flow of the game was a little off, so it's tough to get guys looks. But I didn't like how things were managed by Knoblauch. I'll have a lot more to talk about tomorrow. And the big thing that I did want to talk about, though, and I saw this quote before I started recording, I was about to go on a huge 10-minute long rant about Leon Draisaitl because he pissed. I'm wearing Draisaitl's jersey tonight. I'm wearing his jersey tonight. I wore it on stream. He's my favorite player on the team. And when he has bad games, oh boy, are they bad. And this one was a doozy, not just because of him struggling to make plays or get shots on net, but the penalty that he took on Barkov. The way he jumped and threw his elbow into Barkov's head. I didn't see Barkov come back the rest of the game. Florida scores on that power play to make it 3-1 and pretty much an insurmountable lead to come back from. And I was ready to get really mad at Draisaitl. I'm still mad at him. But after the game, this came out. Chris Johnston, he put out the quote. Leon Draisaitl said, "We can be better. It starts with me." Right here. Now, Draisaitl's taking personal responsibility here. I like that. I'm glad he's taking personal responsibility. because I was about to absolutely, no, at least he realizes how poorly he played and how much he hurt the team tonight. The one thing I did not like was after he took that penalty, Knoblauch immediately rewarded him by just allowing him to go out on the ice with McDavid. I know they're down 2 goals at that point, but that's a situation where as a head coach, I would not have let that slide. I would have absolutely sat his ass down on the bench. I don't care if we're already down a forward. You cannot take a bad penalty like that. And then the Oilers just hanging out Stuart Skinner to dry, man. Oh my God. Anyone that blames Stuart Skinner tonight, if I see anybody blaming Stuart Skinner, I will ban you. I won't actually ban you. We're going to calm down. We're going to calm down. I'm a little heated. I'm going to calm down. Take my glasses off. They're getting very foggy right now. I can't concentrate with them on. Oh boy. What do the Oilers have to do to, get back in this series? Well, whatever they did in game 1. I thought they played well in game 1. They couldn't solve Bobrovsky. I will mention the Sam Bennett knee on Bouchard. Now, that should have been, I don't know if that's a 5-minute penalty. I think I agree with Bieksa. Bennett's play on Bouchard is a knee, and then Foegele's play on Luostarinen is a knee. I thought Foegele's was more egregious. I thought Foegele deserved the 5. I thought Bennett deserved the 2. I saw, there was a lot of Panthers fans in my chat tonight that were really mad at Foegele. They're like, oh, I can't believe, that's so dirty. Kick him out of the game. And then when I asked about Sam Bennett's knee on Bouchard, they tried to justify it. I don't want to justify any type of kneeing plays. I think if you're giving one guy 5 minutes, give the other guy 5 minutes. Personally, that's just how I feel about it. Bennett, obviously, he's a known shit disturber, for lack of a better term. And the Oilers, they came out tonight not even ready to play their own game. Game 1, they dictated the pace, they made quick passes, and they attacked with speed through the neutral zone. They attacked on the rush. Tonight, they got nothing going. Florida clogged up the neutral zone, and Florida's forecheck made life miserable for the Oilers defenders. Nobody could move the puck out, and everybody struggled. Broberg struggled. Not even, you know what? I think Broberg struggled the least out of all defensemen tonight. Desharnais, he struggled with getting the puck out. Ekholm, he struggled with outlet passes. Bouchard had a terrible third period. Oh my goodness gracious. Evan Bouchard. It's tough because the Oilers' best players have not been their best players. The Oilers' best players tonight were not their best players. And I'm going to quickly call out some players here as well. McDavid's trying to do too much, especially on power plays. The Oilers in general on their power play, they're trying to do way too much. Simplify it. Get a shot towards Bobrovsky. Crash the crease. Get the puck down low. Work a play up to the front. The Florida Panthers, they're aggressive and they're covering the lower middle of the ice so well, you're not going to get that cross ice look, and the Oilers keep trying it. Late in the third period, when the Oilers had the net pulled and they had the 2-man advantage because they had the net pulled, Nugent Hopkins had the puck down low, and he tried to feed a puck across the crease to Hyman with 2 Panthers players down and with their sticks in the lane. And that, plays like that just drive me crazy. I don't want to end up rambling too long here. I'm going to have a lot more of my thoughts more coherent tomorrow with the day after discussion, so make sure you tune into that. Let me know what you thought about the game tonight. Do you think the Oilers have a chance to come back in this series? I'm personally not feeling great. I see a lot of similarities to how this series is playing out as I did to that Colorado Avalanche series back in 2022. At least in 2022, the Oilers were able to score against that Avs team. The Florida Panthers are much better defensively, and they have a much better goaltender than Colorado did in 2022. So if Edmonton is going to find a way to come back in the series, they've got to win both their games on home ice. If they only win one, they will be down 3-1 heading back to Florida. And at that point, you can pretty much say goodbye to any chance at a Stanley Cup. For how good I felt coming into tonight after the Oilers' effort in game 1, even though they came up short, I feel way less good about the Oilers at the moment. Chris Knoblauch has a lot of decisions to make with his lineup. There are guys that are not doing enough. They're not pulling their weight. There's a lot of passengers on this team right now. Guys are playing through injury. We know Evander Kane's not 100%. I expect some big changes to the lineup in Edmonton for game 3. Cece's for sure going to be back in. I will not be surprised if they sit Desharnais. I think they will bring Cece back in. They're going to have to regardless, because if Darnell Nurse is actually too hurt to go, this is not looking good. If you end up having to bring in, if you end up having to play like Kemp because Nurse can't go, or however that's going to work, it's not looking good, Oilers fans. So this is the most down I've been on the team in the playoffs so far. Usually I have a pretty good reason to remain positive, but at this point, down 0-2, Florida Panthers, they kind of deserve it. They deserve to be up right now. This is a team that was in the finals last year. They got vastly outclassed by the Vegas Golden Knights. The Florida Panthers, this is a team that knows what it takes to win, and they know mentally what it takes to win as well. And the Oilers, they're getting caught up mentally. They're all trying to do too much. They've got to simplify their game. They got to slow things down, and they just got to be smarter. Smarter with the puck, smarter on the ice, stop taking dumb penalties. I'm not complaining about the officiating tonight because I think every penalty was justified and deserved against the Oilers. So if you're a Panthers fan, obviously good game, GG's. Exciting times for Panthers fans. Their crowd did start chanting, "We want the cup" at the end of game 2, though. So we'll see if the hockey gods smile down kindly on that. Obviously chanting, "We want the cup," because who knows if Florida wins both games in Edmonton? Well, Florida just played their last game on home ice. So maybe the fans deserve to chant that. I definitely wouldn't be chanting that unless it's, 5-0 with 30 seconds left in the third period for the team that's about to win the cup. But anyways, that's all for me. I appreciate you if you're still watching, listening to me ramble. Make sure you hit like on the video tonight. Make sure you hit subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, I will have a lot to discuss tomorrow. So take care, Oil Country. Tell someone that you love them tonight, all right? And remember, it is just a game. Keep fighting like Ben, right? There's bigger things in the world. I'll try not to get too worked up. I was pretty worked up on the stream tonight. So everyone have a good night. Take care. I love all of you.